Welcome to our Monday morning discussion, and then we'll end up tapping it in. So we call it our Monday morning tap in. This week, it is time to come back to our senses. Time to come back to our senses. So last week was all about our emotional wellness and finding emotional freedom by tuning into our own 4 A's, our own fundamental needs, and how we can get our own needs met. So bringing attention, affection, acceptance, and appreciation. That's everybody has those needs. And so last week was about how can we make those needs of ours met by ourselves instead of looking for the outer world to get them met. And then the week before that, we dove into our gut health and how we can stir up the digestive fire within. And so lots of tips on how to do that. And so if these last couple of weeks have kind of left you maybe a little bit overwhelmed and going, yeah, you know what, that's really great, Leslie, but how, right? How do we get to that space? And so this week, again, we're coming back to our senses. We're going to be tuning into our senses and the gateways, because our senses, how we view the world, how we see the world, how we hear the world, is how we are experiencing the world. So we're going to take two of those A's from last week, attention and affection, and we're going to apply them to all of the senses in our body. So we've got the sense. Let's start with the sense of sound. So the sense of sound, the gateway, is our ears. So we want to bring attention to sound, and we want to bring affection to our ears. So when we are doing that, right? So this is about tuning into your ears and sound. So what sounds do you like? What sounds create energy for you? What sounds help you to relax? What sounds bring you joy? So tune in to the sense of sound. Maybe silence is the sound that you love. Maybe laughter or somebody's particular voice or birds chirping. So this is that sense that we're tuning into a sound. And then take care of your ears, give them some affection. Like simply just rubbing your earlobes is giving your ears, the gateways into this sound, affection. There's so many meridian points, acupressure points on the ears. Great way to give your ears that affection. Okay, so then we're going to go into sight. So sight and the gateway is our eyes. So how can you bring some attention to sight? And I want you to tune in and bring some attention to your sense of sight by seeing, what do you love to look at? What brings you joy? What energizes you when you look at it? What calms you when you look at it? So this is the things I want you to tune in this week. How does this make me feel when I see this? Right? So you're even just look at the TV shows that you're watching. When I'm tuning into something that maybe is violent or disturbing, what is the experience in my body? But maybe when I go outside and I look at nature or a sunset or a sunrise or somebody that I love that I'm looking at, using that sense of sight, how does that make me feel? This is how we're tuning in. We're coming back to our senses this week. And then how do we take care of our eyes? Well, eye exercises. If you're at the computer a lot, make sure you take a break and close your eyes. Like even just simply rubbing your hands together and placing them over your eyes and giving them a bit of a break. But we can exercise them. Those of you in my membership here, Energy Yoga on Wednesdays, we're going to be exercising our eyes. So that's how we bring affection to our eyes. Again, rubbing the hands and placing it over and bringing attention to the sense of sight. So let's go into our smell. So smelling, right? What sense trigger energy within you, right? Maybe certain smells or calm you and relax you. Really tune into scents and smells. Go out into nature. What smells in nature? Or just essential oils are huge right now. And if you have allergies and you're going, oh, I'm sensitive to smells, there's always like just cutting a fresh orange and taking the moment to smell the orange. Or as things are cooking in your house, like a barbecue, we can smell somebody when somebody outside is barbecuing, or certain scents that are cooking in our house. Really tune into that. And maybe it's, yeah, I mean, there's teas or coffee. Maybe you love the smell of your coffee brewing in the morning, or the tea. And then how do we take care? So how do we pay attention to the nose? So I'm going to say neti pot, Neti pot. I'm not going to talk about it, but but you can Google it, ask Google, and then you can get a demonstration of it. But it's a great way to clear out the senses and get your sense of smell right on point. And if you have allergies, oh, neti pot is something that you definitely want to bring into your experience to take care of the gateway, the nose, and the sense of smell. Then we've got taste. So the gateway is the mouth, but essentially it's the tongue. So mouth, right? So we want to, or taste. So we want to enjoy our food. Everything that you decide to put into your mouth, enjoy it. Mindful eating, slow down, chew, taste the flavors. Something that you love to eat, or something, anything, just taste the flavors. Bring attention to the flavors and the taste as you put it into your body. And then, of course, the mouth. So again, tongue scraping. So I'm not going to talk, well, it's just, there's a, Google it, tongue scraping, and scrape your tongue. That's going to be great for your Agni that we talked about, your digestive fire, and your gut health. Amazing. This simple practice in the morning is taking care of your tongue, and it's going to bring attention and affection to the tongue, and then it's going to help with that gut health that we talked about 2 weeks ago. Okay, so that's that taste. The next sense is touch, and the gateway is our skin. So again, touch. I mean, hug people and get close, but get a massage, give a massage, and give yourself a massage. Right? Take some oils. It doesn't have to be essential oils, any kind of plain oil, and just rub it around. Again, the sense of touch. Those of you doing my classes, energy yoga, and even this tap in, we're going to be tapping, right? Tapping and doing the slapping. And all of that is bringing that affection to your body and to your skin. Feel it. Like even as you go outside, feel the wind on your skin, and feel the hug on your skin when somebody hugs you or you hug someone else. But take the time to massage your own, like you've got something that's bothering you. Maybe your shoulder hurts. Massage it in, take some oil and massage it, and get a massage. So there's our five main senses. And I'm going to add 2 more onto this. 6th one is our sense of humor. Oh my gosh, we all have to get back to a sense of humor. What makes you laugh? Who makes you laugh? What brings you joy? Find things, anything. Watch some comedy. Turn off the news and watch something that gives you a real belly laugh. Be around people who allow you to belly laugh. We have to get back to our sense of humor. And it's just laughter. Laughter is the gateway. Bring it in. Use all of your senses to bring in everything and anything that makes you laugh. And the last sense, so I'm giving you 7 senses this week, is our sense of knowing. And the gateway is our intuition. Okay, so again, go back to the last couple of weeks. We know the foods that we should and should not eat, right? We know what makes us feel good when we eat it and what doesn't. We know emotionally when our needs are not met, how that feels. We know essentially. So when we tune into our intuition, we get into this knowing, this sense of knowing. It's like, I just know it. I want everybody use all of your senses to come into that sense of knowing. So sense of humor and sense of knowing. So this week, so there's not going to be any tap in or blog next week. It's going to be on holidays. So this is going to be 2 weeks. And every single day, I just gave you 7 senses, your intention every single day. Today, I am tuning into or bringing attention to whatever sense you want. But let's say sense of sound today. And I'm going to bring affection into my ears. And then all day, pay attention to sounds and what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. Move towards what makes you feel good, away from it. Yeah, let's tap this in. Okay, then day 2, you've got your next. Day 2, you've got your next attention that you're bringing to the senses. Okay, so let's just bounce, because this is what we always start with, the bounce, and get the energy moving through the body. All of these senses, come back to our senses, and then I want you to shake it out. So aging in Ayurveda, there's a saying that health, how you age comes down to how well you take care of your senses. So that's a big thing. If you're kind of at that cuff where you're going into worrying about aging, let's march it out. Start to take care of your senses. Come back to your senses. Every single day, decide which sense you're going to tune into. And then here's our touch. Here's our sense of touch. Just pat it nicely. You got something going on in your back. Oh, give your back some attention. Touch, skin, touch into your skin. Let's go down and then come all the way up. Don't even worry where you're going. Just touch wherever, like going down each leg and up. But you got an injury or something is happening somewhere in your body. You feel some sensations. Touch into there. Just even rubbing your hands together. Oh, that creates so much energy in your body. That's good for the skin. Okay, and then we're going to tap under the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale. So this is what our intention setting is this week. It is all around our senses. Big breath. And then you're going to take your hands at the collarbone points. So we're getting into meridian points here. Under the eyes was the stomach. Now we're getting into the kidneys. So it's like we're touching in on our skin. This is a sense of touch, but we're also creating a lot of energy within our body. Big breath. Yeah, just get some good energy moving through your body. And then we're going to go into the thymus. So this is our immune system, our heart center. So again, this is where all of our needs get met this week, is the 2 A's, 2 of the 4 A's, attention and affection. Bring attention to all of your senses every single day. Check out the blog later if you're not sure. I'll list 7 senses. I want you at 7 days, and then next week, no tap in, so you'll start it all over again. You can choose every day what sense you're going to be tuning into. And then let's go underneath here, the spleen, metabolism. Let's metabolize all of this. And that's what I want you to do when you bring this attention to all of your senses. You're going to metabolize your experience, because it is through these gateways that we take the experience of our world into this physical body. So if your experience is not good and all your attention is on what's not good, that's the experience. You're going to age so much faster. You're stressed in your life. But let's take these senses and find what relaxes us, what energizes us, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. Start to make some changes from that point. All right, just shake it out, just cross it in. Again, it's time to come to our senses. It's time to come back to our senses. Feel in. You guys have an amazing week. Check out the blog later on. If you have any questions, please contact me. Have yourself an amazing day. Coming back to your senses, coming back to your body. Treat your body with attention and affection. Namaste.